Good day. Welcome to Lasbord TV, and this is News Digest, where we talk about trending headlines across Nigeria and the globe. And today we'll be talking about stories making headlines across politics, governance, and society. All right, I'm your host, Ololade Bolariwa, and here is my analyst, Mr. John
Uh,
Olariwaju. Good morning, sir.
thank you very much
How are you doing
for
today,
having me.
Mr. John?
It's fine, and you
I'm
too.
okay, thank
So,
you. All right, let's go straight to the headlines for today. We'll discuss about Simon Ekpa jailed by Finland court. Nigerians else judgment seek repatriation. And two, Jonathan wants Wike Keyamo stay off my political journey. And three, resident doctors threaten nationwide strike. Issue federal government final 10 days ultimatum. And now let's look at the Simon Ekpa Onamde history. Simon Ekpa, self-proclaimed discipline of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, he has been jailed by the Finland court. The Nigerian government has welcomed the judgment and is already seeking for this repatriation. And now, what do you think? I mean, my analyst, so what's your general take on Simon Ekpa's conviction in Finland?
thank you very much. And thank you for having me again.
Thank you.
The issue of Simon Ekpa, the self-acclaimed IPOD leader. So, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's a welcome development as far as the case is concerned to me, because he has been the backbone of the iPod people that threatened the Southeast. So all of us we could recollect that some years ago there was a real pressure, and they threatened that mountain that going on in the Southeast. So Kenneth here and there.
Yeah.
So which means sponsored by this guy, Samuel Epa.
Hmm.
So and this case has been there since December last year.
Hmm.
And if you look at December last year to today,
To
it's just
today.
like not up to a year
Yes.
that they have even settled everything. So one thing about those that we normally call developed countries, that before they can invite you or for anything, they have already done their investigation very well. They already complete their investigation. Unlike our own here, in fact, it's supposed to be a shame to our judiciary here. I don't know why Nigeria is calling for the repatriation. For what? Look at the case of this man that was repatriated from this iPod man that's still in the detention now.
Okay, is it Nnamdi Kanu?
Thank you very much. I'm talking about Nnamdi Kanu. Since how many years now?
Hmm.
Since
they're
the
still
time
on
of
it?
yes, they are still on it. Since the time of Buhari, and the case still on. But look at the Samuel Ekpa case since December, and they have settled everything just 6 years. So if happen that since then they have given judgment on Kanu issue, maybe by now Kanu will be free.
Right.
But he was there. There is no any guarantee that a particular so time that they will complete the case. But on this one, that's a good one. And for Nigeria, they are calling for repatriation. To me, I think they're supposed to just cover their eyes with shame, because they don't have a standard justice that they have in those developed countries. So to me, they should have allowed the man to serve their jail time in that land, whether he's going to come back or here. So I think that's for him. But they should allow him to just have his jail time in Finland.
All right, so I mean, talking about Nnamdi Kanu, what do you think takes Nigerian government so long to conclude about his case? And look at Finland, they were able to move so fast within how many months, and now he's been jailed. So what do you think is taking Nigerian government to relent about him and not taking any serious case about it? And we're still not hearing about it till date. We just all we know that Nnamdi Kanu is still in prison.
Thank you very much. I hope you remember the book written by Faroti. Nigeria is justice something. So the problem is our judiciary, and not only our judiciary alone, even our politicians. So they used to influence the judiciary. There was a man, a former senator, let me say a senator, I think in last House of Assembly. So I've forgotten his name. He said, even in the presence of the senators, that he stood up and said that he used to encourage his wife, maybe to uh, know how to adjust the judgment on some of members of the House of Assembly. So which means the politician used to have influence or some judgment. That's why we look is used to be like that. So if you are in Nigeria and you are ordinary Nigeria, to get a justice is going to be problem. But if you are a politician or somebody that well known, well connected, so definitely the way they will pamper, I mean, the way they will do your do your case, so they will pamper it and they will settle it quickly. But if you are ordinary Nigeria, so you can spend a lot of years and the case will still there. You will just stay in remand for so many years. So the problem is that our judiciary system in Nigeria is not okay. It's very, very bad. So, and I don't blame only judiciary, but I blame the executive, because the executive has taken over everything. So that is how they used to, that's how the politicians used to do. They will make sure that every institution, they will make sure that it's not going to be work. And if it's going to be work, it's going to be work for only them, not for the ordinary Nigeria. Look at the police, look at the military. So they will make sure that they conquer all the institutions so that it will work in their favor. That's the problem we are facing. So the problem is politicians.
Okay, now let's speaking about the judiciary. Do you think, I mean, for them to be dragging this what's it called, Nnamdi Kanu, for them to be dragging his case without coming to any particular conclusion, do you think like they have one or two things? I don't know. Do you think they have like a cunning ways to it? Like for him to, I mean, right now he's a terrorist. He should have been jailed and
Allegedly.
do you understand? Okay, allegedly.
Yes.
He's a terrorist allegedly. I mean, so do you think like they have one or two things like behind that they don't want people to know?
Well, actually, they might have one or two things that they were trying to cover.
Protect. Okay.
Yes, so that the public will not be able to see it. You understand? But so far, so good. Even the way they brought in Nnamdi Kanu from, I think from one Africa, Kenya. Yes, from Kenya. The way they brought Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria, even one of the Kenya court of law, even against it, that it unlawful for them to brought Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria to go and face a trial. So what we are saying is that the Kanu case has become politics in Nigeria. That's the way I see it. So far the politicians are interested in Kanu case. Let me give you a little example. If the Kanu released today, it is going to affect some politicians in the north. And they know that because of his popularity in the east. So definitely if he released today, it's going to affect, and they know this. That is why they are telling the federal government to still make sure that Kanu is still in the detention. So because if Kanu released today, so whatever the Kanu told majority of eastern part of Nigeria, they will follow. And it might not be in their favor. That's why they are still holding Kanu till today. So he has political under too. That's the problem that Kanu is facing. Maybe they are giving you the condition that is rejecting the condition. Maybe. But to me, it has a political undertone. That's what is affecting Kanu today.
All right, thank you on that. Now let's move into politics. Former President Goodluck Jonathan, I mean, he has this strong issue, a strong warning to Nyesom Wike, and Festus Keyamo to stay away from his political journey. I mean, this is particularly interesting because Wike has described the PDP as rotten and even advised Peter Obi not to return to the party. Yet it seems to be speaking a lot about PDP's future. I know what Wike is doing now. The fact that we don't even know if it's with APC now, because now it's what's it called, contesting for in support of President Tinubu. And yet it's still saying it's part of PDP's member. I mean, so how would you interpret this Jonathan's warning to Wike and Festus Keyamo?
That's a good one from Jonathan. That's a good one, because I don't know why these people are just warning themselves. First and foremost, you are a member of APC or PDP. You don't know. You understand? And then, if you don't want somebody, I don't know why you are just issue the advice to Jonathan that he should not contest. Why are you saying that? What is your business? Jonathan today, we don't know whether Jonathan belongs to APC or belongs to PDP or belongs to ADC. We don't know. So, and then for you to not tell Jonathan not to come out, it is not your problem. You need to go to your political party to tell them whatever you want them to do. That's what we need to do. But obviously, the Jonathan and advice that he should not come out in 2027. What's your problem? But one thing I noticed is that, the popularity of our president, that's President Tinubu in the East, it has a problem with the northern people now. And if you look at the political permutation, so it's going to tell you that our president is going to have a problem in the north, and it only rely in the south that all the vote in the south is going to go to him. But now, if the Jonathan now come out to contest in 2027, it's going to be a problem for him. You understand? Because it's going to be a situation whereby they are going to share the vote of the south. And if the Jonathan can able to get like 30% or 35% of the south vote, definitely, and he won majority in the north, so automatically he will become a president. So those are the permutation the politicians are doing, as far as I'm concerned. So that is why they are trying to threaten Jonathan with the one of the section of the law. You understand? So they are threatening that one of the section of the law, that if you think that you want to come out, so one of that sections of the law is not allow you to contest, because you are swearing for 2 times. So it's not going to be easy for you to contest. So that's why they are just using it, because they know that Jonathan, for them to come out, is going to be a problem for them.
All right. So about Jonathan, I mean, do you think he's really eyeing this 2027, or is this just about protecting his legacy?
No, it's not protecting this kind of legacy. There's nothing like protecting legacy here. It's about 2027. You understand? So, like what I said earlier, that the politicians, what their own job is to do a calculation about how the vote is going to go in 2027. Take it for instance, in the last election, Obi have the major vote that Obi got comes from where? From south. So definitely, if the Jonathan now come out and Obi come out and Tinubu too, it's telling us that the vote of the south, they are going to share it among themselves. Now let's go back to the north. Whether they will like it or not, Obi we can able to get 1 state or 2 states in the north, and then Jonathan, to me, the majority of the north will follow Jonathan, and then we all see the message that coming from the north to our president, that they are not going to follow him in coming election. Remember that it was the vote of the north that gave Mr. President a win. So definitely, if the north now decide not to follow Mr. President in 2027, it's going to be a problem for him. So these are the reasons they are now calling for Jonathan not to come out. Yes, those are the reasons.
It's going to be a big fish in 2027.
Exactly, because majority of the northern people will follow him. So that one is sure. So they will follow him and they will vote for him. So and he will get the vote from the north. So if you're able to get majority of the vote in the north, definitely Tinubu is going to have the problem. So that's what is on ground.
Okay, all right. So about Wike, because now we can't even say if Wike is a PDP member now, because this last election that was conducted on Saturday, I think 20 what's it called? 20 how do I put it? They have APC won 20 what's it called? States.
Okay.
Yeah, it's state. in I think in River State, APC won. While I
Okay,
think
you are talking about the local government.
yes, local
The
government,
APC want 20 local government.
20
Why the
local
PDP
government,
want 3
three.
local government?
So we don't know what is going on now. So I mean, with what Wike is doing, whereby we don't know where his stance is. Do you think like it's weakening PDP?
See, the election of Rivers State, the local government election of Rivers State, has showing us where Wike belong.
belong.
Okay, how will you tell me that a man that claimed a member of PDP, how are you going to tell me that the PDP that you claim you are belong to have just only 3 local government? Why the opposition having 20 local government? So what is telling us is that Wike is belong to APC indirectly, because he has not come out to tell us that I'm a member of, I've defected to APC now. But indirectly, he's telling us that he belongs to APC. And mind you, he has told the public that he's going to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. So definitely, he must make sure that everything that we make Bola Ahmed Tinubu to continue happy with him, so he's going to be doing it. So he's going to be service his bid. So that's exactly what happened in local government. I mean, the local government election in Rivers State. So definitely, Wike to me is more or less a APC member than PDP.
So they're trying to like weaken the PDP.
That's exactly what he's doing. Yes, that is he's even come out this time that he didn't know much about preparation of national convention of PDP. You said that you are not aware of it. So how can we say you are not aware if you claim as a member of PDP, not only ordinary member, you understand, a prominent member of PDP, and you are telling me that you don't know what PDP is doing, you don't know their preparation, that you are not aware of it. So definitely, BK trying to pull out the PDP the way he can able to do it. But thank God that PDP now they are waking up now, and they are trying to fix their houses in order, so which they will be getting it gradually. So maybe if they can able to have national convention at the end of the day, so they might expect Wike from their party. Maybe they are waiting for the national convention to have a success of it. Maybe after the success of the national convention, they might expel him.
All right, thank you. All right, let's go on else. Resident doctor strike threatens the federal government. And the National Association of Resident Doctors has given the federal government a final 10-day ultimatum threatening a nationwide strike if the demands are not met. I mean, let's just look at it. This is like becoming too much. All the time, the police they came out to protest, ASU came out to protest. Now, doctors, these are the people that have been put, because we know probably because our politicians, when they're sick, they fly abroad. I mean, these are the people that will put our, what's it called, our reminder that will take care of us. Like, how do you perceive this fresh threat from the doctors?
Yeah, I think like 2 weeks or last month, let me say last month precisely, we treated this case here in this studio about the giving 3 days warning strike.
Yes.
No, 3 days warning strike. They went to 3 days warning strike. You understand?
Yes.
And I think the federal government is supposed to use the advantage of that 3 days warning strike to able to have a meeting with them and to settle everything. But it's a pity that this case is still there. Yeah. So now that the health sector is now threatening to go another strike now, no problem, we cannot stop them not to go, because they are seeing the way you people are spending the money. They know that there is money is available, and you don't want to pay them the money. Look at our footballers that they gave them 100,000 that we treated here. You understand? So why are you so deal with the health sector that they are? The kind of the job they were doing is a risky job. They were saving the life, and you don't want to even pay attention to them. So is it because you don't take the treatment here in Nigeria, or what are you telling us.
Seriously.
So to me, if they want to go on strike, let them go on strike. Maybe because the federal government, or let me say the government at all levels, they don't have any language they understand that strike. So if they go on strike, maybe the federal government will be able to do one or two things on their case. Look at the house too, they are threatening. So to tell you that these people, they are not focused on governance, they are more or less focused on politics than the governors, because if they concentrate on the governors, they will be able to settle these people. This issue will not come on the public, will not come with the public. But the fact that they are not ready to face the governors, so let them face the music.
Ha. The thing is, because you're saying they should face the music, because I mean, if you go to hospitals now, especially the federal hospitals, people are going through serious mental
Exactly,
issues.
yes,
Do you
yes.
think this will, they actually say, okay, the government is not listening to us? Don't you think this is going to, affect the ordinary
There is
Nigerians?
no, I think that's the reality. So it's even affecting. It's not that it's not going to affect. It's affecting, because if you go to our hospital, whether general hospital or state or whatever, so if you see the level of the treatment they are giving the patients there, so that's not a good one. You understand? But what we are saying is this: these people, they don't have any option than strike. What do you want them to do? So how can people will be working and you won't pay them? Can look at the House of Assembly now. Since how many days they are going on recess? What are they doing? How many days they were sitting in the year? And they were collecting huge amount of money without doing anything. So they are the ones that are supposed to make a law that if any government fails to pay these people, they are going to face also penalty. So this, in fact, if they were talking about the sector they're supposed to pay attention, too much attention to, is health and education. So any nation that fails to pay attention to health and education, that nation is not a nation. And the future of that nation or that country is at stake. So, and that's what is happening in our country now. That's why you see many of them, they will not stay in Nigeria. They will just fly out to go and take the treatment in overseas. So I don't understand the kind of politicians, the kind of people that they are in the aim of affairs. They don't bother about the masses. They only bother about themselves. I think the time is come that, when you pursue somebody and you pursue it to the wall, I'm telling you, the person he will challenge you. Maybe that's this is a stage the federal government or the government were pursuing the people to. So, and I just want to advise that they should not wait until that time come, because it's not going to be easy. How many of them? How many numbers of how many politicians that we have? How many of them? What are their numbers? They are not up to the citizens. So what we are saying here is that federal government should call these people to the round table and settle everything. So before you can go into escalation, so let them settle it. Let them find a solution to them. So give them what they want, because the money is available. The money is available. The money is there. So you have removed the subsidy and you are getting enough money. So why can't you settle these people? So I think maybe let us give them a benefit of that. Maybe like 2 or 3 days, maybe they will call them and they will not allow them to go on strike. Maybe, you supposed to understand the Nigerian government now. They will not respond on time. But maybe when it remain 1 day or 2 days now, they will not call them. That's how our system is.
All right, that'll be all for now on News Digest on Bulletmore TV. Until next time, I'm Ololade Bolaira. Thank you for watching.